Woody Banners.
This is Annabelle Lecter.
Yes, and we're Without Your Head, and we are joined by the director of
Motivational Growth.
Yes.
I'm Don Thacker, and I'm here at Mad Monster Party with Woody Banners and
Annabelle Lecter.
Annabelle Lecter. That's a cool ass name, Annabelle.
My real name's Nasty Neal.
Nasty Neal.
That's his real name.
We've just met, you see.
This is my given name. But this movie looked awesome. I was walking around earlier, and what caught me was talking mold.
Yes.
And I was like, that looks awesome.
Yeah, so when you make a movie, you do what's called a pitch, right? Where you kind of pitch the whole movie and tell it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to have robots, and the car's going to explode, and the moon's going to explode, and everybody's going to explode. But then, if you're an indie movie and you don't have any money and you don't have time and you want to make a small movie, you just say something like, Jeffrey Combs is a large chunk of talking fungus.
Sold.
That's like the pitch, right? You're sold, right? I was sold.
I would get my money
Done.
right now.
So I have sold almost all of my Blu-rays and DVDs on that alone. Now, granted, the movie's actually much more complicated and there's all this cool stuff in it, but all you really need to know is talking fungus, voiced by Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, but
I said to you, though, I came over here, Neal showed me right here this trailer, and I just think it honestly looks great. Just
excellent.
Alone.
Yeah.
If he had nothing to do with this film, I would still want to watch it.
That's brilliant.
And even without the mold, even though the mold is awesome, I love the look of the film. Just from the trailer, I've not seen the whole movie yet.
Oh, so sad.
But even just the trailer and stuff, it's very stylized, and it piques my interest.
The movie takes place in one location, which is actually technically 4 locations because it was sets, but it takes place in one physical location. So we tried to make it look interesting. The camera's always moving, it's going through walls, going upside down and stuff to kind of keep the people excited.
I think that's probably match your personality.
Really?
You're
moving all over the place.
You're a very hyper man.
Boom, boom.
But as I was watching that, I mentioned to Neal and
Jeff Maeda. Jeff.
There he is,
He's
right there.
He's behind the camera,
devil.
guys. He's actually right behind you. You don't know it.
But I had mentioned that it's not exactly the same, but it gives me the feeling of Dead Alive.
Nice.
Where it's really just this high energy, great camera shots, quick cuts. And
You just compared me to Peter Jackson. She just compared me to Peter Jackson. I'm the next Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson also worked with Jeff Combs. I work with Jeff Combs. Lord of the Rings 9 is coming out. Wait, actually, Lord of the Rings 12 is coming. Lord of the Rings 16 is coming out. I'm gonna be making it. That's bullshit. I'm not gonna make that movie.
Would you rather be a hobbit? Would you rather be like a wizard? What would you want to be if you were in Lord of the Rings?
Wizard. I would choose wizard. I'd be a gray wizard.
I think
Or an orc. Uruk High.
I look like a hobbit. I think.
Yeah, kind of. You're a little shorter than me.
Like a dwarf. You just need a longer beard.
Dwarf would be. I would be. We could both be dwarves together.
We'd be dwarven brothers.
Yeah. I would be the dwarf that looks like Gowron, the Klingon. The main dwarf in the new one, he looks like Gowron.
Yeah,
you
that
ever
looks
notice that?
terrible.
He looks
It's
just
weird.
like Gowron. I was like,
Yeah.
why are Klingons in my Hobbit movie?
And they try to make the one dwarf like kind of like good looking, like a studly dwarf.
No,
it's like, that
that's a
doesn't work.
dwarf.
Yeah.
And not like a socially unacceptable
midget.
not a midget.
Right.
I was not going to say that, but you said it. No, but like a fictional dwarf, like a fantasy dwarf.
Fantasy
Weird,
dwarves
man.
was like these
Like a big dude, a big nose, and supposed to be John Rhys Davies, all shrunk down, yelling dumb things and drinking beer, ale, mead.
Yes.
So that's gotta be impressive though. Jeffrey Combs in your first movie.
Yes, it is very impressive. I am very impressed with myself. No,
You make that happen.
money. You throw money at a guy, he's gonna be in your movie. No, actually, Jeff Combs is really incredible. He doesn't. I was just joking. He did it because he read it, and he called me up after he read it, and he said he thought it was really incredible, which I was very impressed with. I did that thing where I'm on the phone. My producer's sitting over in the office. I get a phone call. I pick up the phone, and he goes, "Thacker." And I'm like, "Hello?" And he's like, "This is Jeff Combs," and I just go, "Yes, Jeff. How are you?" And I think it came from a love. He put all of his energy into making this guy, so I think it's both a love of the project and, of course, following the right channels, doing the right things. Yeah, it's cool.
Who does the effects for the mold?
The special
is it
effects.
practical effects?
Everything's practical effects. The whole movie's practical effects. Actually, I'm lying. There's some CGI wire removal and some CGI. Some guy, one of our PAs, punched a hole in the wall on the last day of shooting. And we didn't have time to patch it, so we in post we cover up a hole in the wall for one shot. That's the only CGI in the movie. The rest of the movie is entirely practical. All the special effects, all the makeup effects, totally practical. There's a company called Tolin, T-O-L-I-N, Effects. They're out of Pittsburgh, run by a guy named Steve Tolan. You will have known him from being on that show Face Off. Steve Tolan was on one, I think, season something. I don't know. I don't watch the show, unfortunately. I make movies instead. But yeah, Steve Tolan did the mold. He had a bunch of dudes help him out. The puppeteers on the day Midian Crosby. Her name's actually Midian, like where the monsters come from.
Nice.
Midian Crosby. She's monster makeup effects in Colorado. And this guy Jeff Waltrowski, who's an amazing filmmaker of his own right, he's in San Francisco right now. They worked the thing along with Steve. And then there's a guy Andrew Holmser who did the mechanisms behind it. But yeah, it was a whole big team to make the one character work.
Yeah. Was
You've
that
got these amazing like digital graphics for old-fashioned.
Like 16-bit video games, yeah.
It's amazing.
So
Someone spent so much time on
yeah,
that.
that's a French guy named Jeremy Perrin in France. He's a famous animator. He did this thing called Trucker's Delight. Check it out. Don't let your kids see it. It's very vulgar, but it's French, so you expect that. No, he did all the animation. Our main character Ian travels through his television and into ads and into video games and stuff at that point. So we had him travel into video games
kind of deal.
Pardon?
Kind of almost Amazon Women on the Moon kind of deal.
Kind of, except a little bit more 16-bit.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other characters. All the people on television, he travels into his television, interacts with his TV shows. So all the people in the shows, Officer Zygor, Alien, Cop, that's one.
Okay.
There's a girl in
Explains.
Downward Facing Dog. It's like a hip hop yoga instructor. There's Tommy Katakana, the guy who sells knives on QVC. There's all kinds of people. There's there's Kathy Brathanar and the Super Force Tiger Team A. There are what is it? Exercise instructors. He travels through all these different universes in his weird, trippy movie. There's lots of people. There's also people who come to his house. The girl he's fallen in love with, her name is Leia. There's his landlord, Box the Ox, played by a guy named Pete Giovannioli. He's a really cool actor. Leia herself, Danielle Deitch, is also a very good actor. There's he interacts with a guy who delivers, or girl who delivers groceries, a guy who fixes his television, another guy who pretends to fix his television but licks it and puts his penis in it instead. You don't see it, but it's really cool.
I thought only I did that.
Yeah, I wrote it because it's an autobiography. No, but there's a lot of cool. It's a rotating cast of characters, but it's mainly about one guy talking to this fungus. Jeffrey Combs is not a cameo in the movie. He is the main antagonist of the film. So it's mostly one guy and the mold. But to keep it interesting, man is mold. To keep it interesting, there's a lot of kind of interplay between a bunch of other like various characters who pop in and out of Ian's universe.
So you had a screening this weekend.
I did. I had one in Portland at the Clinton Street Theater, which is our second screening in that theater. I was here at Mad Monster Seattle, and I had to actually hop in the car, shoot over to Portland, screen the movie, do a Q&A, get free donuts, because apparently Minor Celebrity gets you about 12 donuts for free. Keep that in mind if you want to make movies. And then
Make it like a donut hole or something.
yeah, shoot back to here and sell more movies. I just got off a panel I was in, yelling and screaming about my movie at a bunch of people. It was pretty cool.
So how did that go, the screening?
The screening went really well. I got everything from like PhD literature instructors to like kids who obviously had smoked down/up before coming to the movie. All of them enjoyed it, which is really cool. You got a PhD literature person and like a stoner, and they both love the movie. Must have something in that movie.
Nice.
I think that it seems apparent that you're going to do very well.
Hopefully.
I think so.
I mean, if you think it's apparent, that's cool. I don't even know you, but I'm going to take your opinion as truth.
She's very wise. She's a very wise lady.
That's pretty good.
We're doing our best. We're in post-production on our second feature film right now, and we have a third one coming. So keep your eyes out on Motivational Growth. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/motivational growth. You can find my company, Imagos Films, that's IMAGOS FILMS, at facebook.com/Imagos Films. You can also find imagosfilms.com and motivationalgrowth.com, and you can find us on Twitter. The Mold actually tweets.
Really?
_mold. If you tweet to _mold, he will tweet back. Use hashtag motivational growth when you're tweeting because that's really cool. You can find me.
Machines commercials.
I'm not that guy. That guy was way faster than I am.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us, and
Cool, man.
I'm
Thanks for
really
coming.
looking forward to seeing the.
Awesome. And you guys check out Motivational Growth. You really should. It's going to blow your mind up a little bit.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
About
I don't know if we can see the screen.
I can see the screen.
No, the movie screen.
We're moving all over the place.
It's fine. Look, it's good. It's good.
right,
It looks like there's a big poster. You're recording already, so this is all witty banter you can put on the internet.
Exactly.
Motivationalgrowth.com.
Yeah, that's Witty Banner, not Woody Banners.
Right. No, Woody. No.
That's a good name, Woody Banners.
Woody Banner.